Today, at the Executive Chat, we're going to meet Mariangela Marseglia, Country Manager of Amazon Italy, Spain and Portugal. Hello Mariangela, thanks for coming to Bocconi University.
My pleasure, thanks for inviting me, Gianmario.
Let me get started with a question on your leadership in Italy, Spain and Portugal. This area is not the first landing base for technological innovation, still it's an important area. Can you share with us some numbers of this region vis-à-vis the other ones and what you did in the last years?
Yeah, absolutely. So this region is very important. So South Europe is super important for Amazon. And as you said, when we arrived in Italy, Spain and Portugal, the e-commerce space was in a very nascent situation, and we had to invest a lot in order to bring it where it is today. So since 2010, when we arrived in Italy, for example, we have invested almost 9 billion euros in infrastructure, in jobs, in technology, in order to create the revolution that I think everyone has seen in the past 10 years. And the other important thing, and something that I'm very proud of, is that we have created a lot of permanent jobs in this country. We are one of the biggest employer, actually the company that has created more jobs in the country in the last 10 years. We have 12,500 permanent employees, and we were just a startup 10 years ago. So I'm very proud of what we achieved.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, one of the core characteristics of Amazon is its agile business model that gave a lot of innovation since its birth in 1995. Can you share with us the secrets of this big tech?
Sure. So we like to think of ourselves really like a startup. And one of the innovation is at the core of everything that we do. And one of the way, or actually the way in which we do innovation is something that we call working backwards. So basically, everyone at Amazon can have a very good idea, and a way of bringing it to life is to write a sort of press release of the future. So something that doesn't really look at the existing resources, which are limitations and constraints, but purely at the idea, and then they can present to leadership. And if the idea is deemed good, we try to create it. And we do a lot of that also in Italy. We have a lot of examples of that.
That's great. So bottom-up innovation all over the organization. Fantastic.
Indeed.
Mariangela, a question also on diversity and inclusion. These are topics that are really crucial in these days. You oftentimes remark them in your statements, and these are loved by Gen Z, which is the generation that is in these days in the universities and early workers in companies. Where are we now and what we have to do?
Yeah, I think that becoming more inclusive and more diverse in the way we do business is really a priority, because if we do that, I think we can be much more innovative because we include perspectives coming from different angles. And I think the time for talks is over. And now is time to take actions, and all companies, all institutions have to do that. What we are doing at Amazon, just to provide you a practical example, in order, for example, to make sure that women that decide to have a family return to work in a smoother way, is to provide extended parental leaves, paid, completely paid, 100%. Not just for them, but also for their partners, to make sure that also the partner can cooperate in the way they manage their household. And these are just small examples of things that can help creating a much more diverse environment.
So Mariangela, Amazon started as the biggest book retailer to then become the Earth's most customer-centric company. Then it moved to the cloud. What's next for Amazon?
Yeah, so we are constantly innovating and try to make our customer happy. Of course, I cannot tell you what's next for Amazon because there are a lot of things that we are working on. But there is one area that is of a focus for us, that is the sustainability. So the environment is a priority for everyone now and is going to be for the future. So we are, of course, creating new technologies to reduce our carbon footprint, and we are investing a lot of money in this space. But one thing that I found particularly interesting is the way we are innovating, basically investing in innovative startups that are creating technologies for the environment. And some of them, I'm sure, will help us to invent new things that will impact the environment in a positive way.
So I look forward to having you back on campus to talk about these technological innovations.
Absolutely. If you invite me, I'll be happy to come. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.